Hello everyone, my name is Chris Eck, and I recently found out about a game called Zone Raiders. It's a open miniatures skirmish game similar to Necromunda, only there's lots of cool new features. The terrain isn't really just a static obstacle for you to move around and use for cover. It actually has dynamic features that you can interact with. And there's lots of different movement types like wall running and leaping and grappling, and some of the different terrain features are like data terminals you can hack into and inflict negative statuses on other people, or turrets that you can cause to shoot other people. There's also things like nano swarms that will move around the battlefield, and then one of the things that I loved about the old Necromunda was you had your gang and it would level up, and the different gangs would level up a little bit differently, but this one has much more different factions. And I played a game of it recently and it was really cool. Just gonna talk about that a little bit today, and then we actually had to cut the game short last time, so we didn't get a chance to level up our guys, so I'll be leveling up my team on stream as well. So this was the board that we played on. We actually had 4 people that showed up to play, and we only had one table to play on, so we did a 2v2, and I don't think the game really supports that with the mission types as is. But another cool feature of the game is asymmetrical mission goals. Like, we secretly choose what mission we're going on, and they choose what mission they're going on, and then after you roll initiative, you reveal what that was. So we chose to do data mining, which has these 5 terminals set up. There's one in the center of this building, one here, one here, one here, and we have to capture 3 of them, then get to the center node and download the data packet and get it off the board. And what they chose was scavenging, which set up a whole bunch of these little salvage tokens on the ground, and they had to move to the center of the board, grab a whole bunch of those and extract, and then they were going to get what they got for theirs would be some extra resources, a supply cache, and things like that. And if we won, we would get a team resource. There's 3 different team resources that you use for things like doctrines or skill qualifications. There's 3 of them called tech, bio, and tactics. And for you to take certain skills and for you to enforce certain doctrines, then you have to have a certain level of those skills, or those resources rather. And so me and my buddy deployed on this side, and we had a whole bunch of guys in our team, and they had a few guys, but they were much better equipped. One of them, the Atropics player, which are a bunch of animated undead soldier guys, which were really awesome at melee and super fast. What they just basically charged into us, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Let's see, there's also these 2 turrets that were on the board, and then for random terrain, in addition to those 2 turrets, we also got a couple of nano clouds, and those are basically swarms of nano robots that will move around on the board randomly, and if they hit one of your guys, then they'll infest him, and then later on they will explode out of him and create a new cloud. So it's a fun thing to have happen to the other team. Let's see, just going through a couple of the cool pictures. Yeah, we moved up. We were kind of gun shy a little bit because we were worried about the better equipped people, but there was so much terrain in the way that we actually didn't get to shoot too much until once we got around in this area. That's when the Atropics player, he was so fast that he was able to claim a lot of the a lot of the scavenge nodes, but one of their unique features for their faction is they harvest biomass from enemy models, and if they get enough of it, then they can upgrade their troops. And he was looking pretty good to win the mission, but he just couldn't say no to that sweet, sweet biomass, so he starts... this was our edge of the board, and that's their edge of the board. And these guys were crazy. He started dropping down actually more nano clouds because he has a special ability where he can do that, and his guys are actually immune to it, and that was causing us some issues. My guys are kind of the default vanilla guys, the tech nomads, and one of their abilities is to hunker down and to gain immunity to dynamic terrain features and other hazards, and I get to do that once per game. So I waited till it was later in the game when things were starting to heat up, and then all my guys got a defensive bonus and became immune to these things, which was really nice. Let's see, these guys were nth gens, and they are a race of sentient robots. Their cool little faction thing is their leader gets a good stats, and then basically all of the subordinates are based off of his level and off of his upgrades. So as he levels up, the whole gang kind of levels up. It's kind of neat. I think these little black cubes signify stealth. So in addition to these guys being super fast melee gods, they also had stealth, so we couldn't shoot them from really far away, which was unfortunate. Yeah, eventually they started charging in, and this one, I had a model that was right here, and she got charged. First we wailed into the guy with some Overwatch shots, and he came in, and she only had a 6 defense, and he had a 5 armor piercing weapon, so he, on a d20 I had to roll a 1 to actually save and not die, and if that wouldn't have happened, I actually got it, and everybody went crazy. If that wouldn't have happened, he would have been able to claim her and heal back up from the Overwatch shots, and it was a very clutch thing. And then after a whole bunch of these guys, there were 3 of them here. My teammate shot this grenade launcher right into the middle of them and took 2 of them out, and that's when the battle kind of turned. There was more stuff going on over here where they charged in as well, but you can see my little red wound marker on that person. But it was a really fun game. We wound up winning because after we took out most of the guys melee, he was actually running short on time and he had to pull out anyways. And then the other guy, a lot of the salvage markers were over on our side, so he wasn't able to. He wasn't going to be able to move in and take that stuff. So he just took a few of the salvage tokens and got off the board. Let's see here. So yeah, that was our first little game of Zone Raiders, and I had a lot of fun. Like I said, we got to what do you call it? We had to cut it a little bit short, so I didn't get to do everything. I did not get to roll for. We weren't sure, since 2-player versus 2-player, we weren't sure if we were going to be splitting stuff or not, and I think we ultimately decided that we would. We managed to do all of the cool things on the data mining mission, and so later on I'm going to roll an 11 plus hopefully, and maybe generate an artifact. Artifacts are these kind of unique pieces of gear that have really cool and powerful effects. My teammate did manage to get one, and I think it was called a stasis field generator. So that was kind of cool. But one of the things we get is we get +1 to any team resource rating. So go ahead and do that. I want some bio. Okay. And then I think I'll save that for a little bit later. And if anybody in chat has any questions about this, then feel free to ask. So everybody that survived actually gets 1 XP. And the winning team gets 4 team XP. So what you get to do with that is assign it to any character that you want. So let's go back over to these guys. So everybody gets 1. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. This guy actually does not get 1 because on his injury, he got psychological shock, and what that means is he gets no XP for that game, unfortunately. Let's see. Here's my team. We are X-Force, a group of forward-thinking badasses with a gender-neutral name, a la Deadpool. And let's see, Ek, he's the fearless leader. We have 3 kind of hacker guys, Osis, Glitch, and Turbo. One of them has a set of heirloom data disks, and what that does is it allows him to auto-succeed on some hacking attempts. And these 2 guys have technomaly sensors. And what that does is it allows them to negate stealth and target models that are stealth, and then after the game, if their models are still active, then they get to roll a d20, and if they roll a 1, then they've found an artifact. So that's kind of cool. The rest of these guys are pretty standard. These are just my standard ganger that are a little bit more skilled than like the Seeker Initiate or Acolyte. I forget what the heck they're called. And each one of them has a mag driver, which is a heavy hitting weapon that can mess up armor and inflicts 2 wounds on a model. And then I got one guy that has a shield and a flèche pistol that can shoot more than once in a round, but it's very short range. And that's my team. Glitch, little BattleTech reference, and most of these other people are just from different games that I've played in. Alright, so everybody got 1 XP, and then I get to apply 4 team XP. And basically, if you have enough, if you hit the XP at if you have equal to or more XP than the level, then you get to level up. So let's see here. And then you don't get to keep any banked XP. So basically everybody gets to level up except for old Creed, who took a hit on the noggin. Rose also took a pretty bad hit, and she has slow recovery. So what that means is she's going to start the next battle with a wound. I could choose to just sit her out and then she'll heal that up, or I could, field her on the battle and just deal with the penalties for having a wound. I'll probably field her just so she can gain some more XP, because I like XP. Alright, what else was I going to do? So I need to go over here and turn on my camera. Did I set this up right? Display capture. There we go. Bloop. This is so ghetto. Let's see here. Bam. All right. So one thing I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to be doing train harder for all of these. So there's lots of neat skills and lots of interesting things. I forgot to do one other thing. let's see, we also, so in addition to that team reward, we also get 2 for winning. And then as part of the missions, just messing around, I actually did something on the board that actually gave me another team resource. So I'm up to 2 bio, 2 tactics, and that's going to let me get some skills and some doctrines that I'm interested in. I don't think I explained what doctrines were. They're kind of team-wide effects that you can get. So one of the things I'm interested in is chain of command. So if your leader gets knocked out, then somebody else will become the mission leader, and you'll still be generating some command points to do interesting things throughout the game, instead of just going to no command points, which is no good. All right, so Eck is going to be choosing train harder. Let's see what happens. 2. Faster. Ooh, speed or aptitude. I think we're going to go for speed. Let's see. I'm just going to record my rolls over here. Yeah, that guy having a 7 speed was pretty crazy. And then I think I'm going to go stealth pretty much down the board. Stealth. Can't be attacked, can't be shot further than 12 inches. Okay. You have to have a tactics of 2 in order to get stealth, and I have that now, so I will be doing that. Alright, who's next on the list? It was Osis. Ooh, 19. Gain +1 to any 2 stats except speed. I could get aptitude 2 from that, melee 2 from that. Not really interested in that, so I think I'm going to go probably defense and survival. I might go aptitude though. Nah, I'll go defense and survival. Let's see. $19. We'll go defense. I kind of need some better aptitude. Now we'll do defense and survival. Final answer. And he will also take stealth. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, Glitch, how you doing? $10. Tougher. +1 defense or +1 survival. Let's see, I guess we'll go... I think we're going to go survival. That was a 10. And stealth. Turbo. $5. Deadlier. I think for these guys are going to mainly be hanging out in the back. So I'm going to make him shootier instead of melee. Alright, Rose. 6. Ooh, I think that's deadly too. Deadlier. I think I'm going to go melee with her. My guys have, is there a max? Does it say what the max is? Yeah, max is 16. So yeah, we'll go melee with her. And some stealth. Lazarus. 9. Tougher. Defense or survival. I like survival. Yeah, I can get some better Creed, didn't get any XP. Let's see, and Brick. What do we got going on here? 4. Deadlier. Definitely melee. Oops, I'll have to go back and get my... Alright, so we're going to be a bunch of sneaky bastards. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, I also got some credits. Credits, oh. They're called RU, resource units, but I like calling them credits. Let's see, what else happened? Yeah, I do want to spend those credits. Let's see here. I think I am going to go ahead and pick up Chain of Command for tactics. These are some of the doctrines that are there. Reason why I'm saving up bio actually isn't for a doctrine. That's actually for a skill called Die Hard, which is pretty cool. Basically, it lets you, instead of getting downed by the first shot, then you can hang on for a little bit longer. So yeah, we will do Chain of Command. Tactics 2. What else we got? Don't really, I already did my skills. Where is my... I had some notes for what I wanted to buy, but I was thinking about getting a duct mapper. It'll let me act after popping out of event, but we'll see if I'm gonna go that way. Wanted to get some better melee weapons, so I was thinking about getting a thermal lance, which is a brutal weapon, which means on hit it just auto wounds. You don't get to make a defensive check on it, so that'll be cool. And I was also thinking about picking up some thermal grenades. It's an AoE brutal thing, so that's pretty cool. I think that's everything I'm probably gonna do on stream. Let's see. Oh, I got one more thing. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see if we get an 11 plus. Oh, nice! All right. Here we go. Let's look up artifact. Where's the artifacts at? $66. Okay, first we roll a die to generate a, what kinds? 15. Piece of equipment. Alright, let's see what we get. 9. Quantum teleporter. Place this model anywhere within its line of sight. Holy crap. Single use, may only be used once per battle. So basically, I have a guy that can just teleport wherever the heck he wants. So, teleport somebody over there, throw the AoE grenade down, bam. So that would be pretty cool. All right. Well, that's about it for Zone Raiders. I will say that I have a very strong recommendation for this game. One of the things I did not like about the new Necromunda was there was no progression. It was just a skirmish fight. You fight one thing and then you're done. This Zone Raiders actually has more than just fighting each other. You can actually fight the AI. There are solo missions. You can co-op versus the AI, or you can just play by yourself. And then there's also a winning condition for the campaign. You're trying to get up enough resources so that you can make an attempt to basically escape this hellhole, and after you've acquired enough resources, then you do a thing so that you can get the key to unlock the next stage, and then somebody tries to stop you, and if you succeed at that, then what you get is another mission where someone else is trying to stop you, and if you win basically both of those missions, then you've won the campaign, and then that's that. But very strongly recommend it. It's a really cool game. The rules are pretty slick. It's a little bit fuzzy in some places, but all in all, totally great game. So hope you enjoyed it. Have fun.